What? On against Charmaine. Ah, yes. The old Thieves Guild, where it just sits there and... There we go. Hi! We're at the start of the game! Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did too. You had a really good idea.
Guess the drug was too strong.
We're at the start of the game. We're in New Game Plus. It all starts over from here, and you never advance past that spot.
No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you? Give it up! Come on, cooperate. Or what? You want another shot?
He doesn't really talk. He's the protagonist.
What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
Are we still in a castle? Unclear. I don't think so. I think they went in and took us out.
So you're not that dumb. Which is good. We get to take as much time as we need. Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works. Think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. No? You should know your place. Sign here. It's a confession under your name. I see. I need your hand to sign this, bud. I don't care if you end up losing a leg. Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
Stab him. Come on, Joker. Oh, this is where you put your name down. You're like, my name is Blake Blayak.
Excuse me, but this area is off.
I'm Nijima from the Public Prosecutor's Office.
The prosecutor's office? What business do you have here?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides...
You prosecutor sign Nijima? There's a call from your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation?
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much though.
Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with
That's
us
not true.
alone.
She talked to me for months.
It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown. After all, we don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
I understand.
Well done on making it this far, inmate. Now that you have traversed your long, perilous recollection, you truly have entered the present. The effects of that drug are gonna wear off soon.
This is all in my head because of the drugs.
This is your golden opportunity. You must grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin. The evil influence who wishes you dead is fast approaching. If you want to win this unreasonable game, if you wish to take back your stolen future, recall the bonds you formed with your allies, and grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin.
I see. So that's what led to your ending up here. What a disappointing end to the hero of justice. I still can't believe it. But I now have a general idea of the methods you used for your crimes. There's much more I'd like to ask, but my allotted time is nearly up. I do have a suggestion, though. Care to strike a deal? If you cooperate with me, I'll consider lightening your sentence.
What do you want?
I have a responsibility to solve this case. I will win, even if it means brokering a deal with you. Your operation was leaked and you failed to change my heart. There's no point in being obstinate now. You've corrupted the order of this country and caused an uprising against its very existence. You'll most likely be given life imprisonment or the death penalty, unless you accept my proposal. Going forward, I will read a list of people who are closest to you and this case. Tell me honestly whether or not the following are involved.
Oh no! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, they want to kill me for that one time that I changed people's minds. I made people less evil, and they're like, we can't have you making people less evil! How dare you try and fix this country and not really break any laws because you were doing it in such a crazy way. Do I have to throw people under the bus here? What is this?
First, the friend who you've been with since the day you transferred to Shujin, Ryuji Sakamoto. One of the victims of the Kamoshida case, An Takamaki. Ichiryusai Madarame's pupil, Yusuke Kitagawa. The daughter of Wakaba Ishiki, Futaba Sakura. The heiress to the Okumura Foods legacy and daughter of its CEO, Haru Okumura. And the frequently probing student council president of Shujin Academy, Makoto Nijima. Those are your accomplices in the Phantom Thieves case, are they not?
That's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be like, no, but you can be like, yeah! Those guys are great! No.
So you won't sell out your friends. Then let me change the question. I find it hard to believe that high schoolers could have pulled off these crimes by themselves. Were there not others outside of your direct group who encouraged your crimes or lent their aid? Not to repeat myself, but remember that your life will be forfeit if your sentence is not lightened. You had the cooperation of people outside your group, did you not? Can you tell me about them?
There are no such people. It was all me.
I see. So you won't speak a word about either your teammates or your collaborators. Do you even understand the position that you're in? Let's discuss one other person.
Yeah, he did it. He did it.
There are reports that he was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves as well. Might he be a part of your team too?
No, what do you mean I can't throw Akechi under the bus? This is the stupidest thing ever! No! Why? Screw you, game. That's impossible.
So Goro Akechi wasn't one of you.
Yes, he was.
Very well.
Get him! Book him! He did everything. It wasn't me.
So be it. You clearly have no intention of bargaining with me.
That's right. I don't have an intention of bargaining with you.
Even now, you're still acting as though you're a hero of justice. Your teammates have sacrificed you in order to escape, yet you wish to defend their honor? Why won't you talk about them?
It goes against justice.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not the one to decide such things.
Justice is on our side.
Justice? Then tell me, what is this justice you speak of?
Saving others.
Saving others? What an awfully simple response. You continue to stand firm. Are you implying that we have no evidence on you? You're right. We have nothing. And it doesn't help that your story sounds like a fairy tale. But many people have fallen victim to this. We need to learn the truth. The truth, huh? I don't even know what's right anymore. And it's all due to your strange story.
You still doubt me?
After all this, you're still...
Drug is starting to wear off.
Are you listening? The side effects of the truth serum should be wearing off. I won't be deceived by such a poor act.
I won't be deceived. I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
You realized it too then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
Hey. Can you hear me? It seems your mind is clearing up. But unfortunately, my time has run out. Although I find your story to be quite interesting, I won't be able to speak with you any longer.
Don't you want to win?
Huh? What are you getting at? That's right. No matter the results of this case, I won't be receiving credit. I even had to call in a large favor just to conduct this interrogation.
Interrogation room? That's right, if I remember.
So, how did that thing we asked you to look into go? Nijima mentioned a special interrogation room, didn't she? Good. It looks like we can make this work if we lure them there.
Hey. Hey, are you listening? Our time's up. We're done talking here. Goodbye.
Why did you come here?
Why? Because this is my job. Don't ask me such odd questions. Anyhow, there's one last thing I want to ask you. There's something that's been bothering me for some time now. Recently, I was removed from my post as head of this investigation and was told to remain on standby. A short while later, I received word you were caught in the act, within some bizarre phenomenon. But that was all I was told. You were told someone sold you out, correct? If that's true, who could it have been? Don't you have any idea?
Yeah, it was Goro Akechi, obviously. The guy who's been sketchy and yet somehow calling shots even though he supposedly knew the whole time. That's right, there's something I thought I had to do. I don't have to.
My suspicions were true in the end. Still, to think his true intention was to sell us out. All that's left is to figure out a way to hand it over. It's all up to you, leader.
You do it, Morgana. Hand it over? What? Wait. I'm responding to Morgana in a flashback? This must be a conversation we had Wait, when did we have this conversation? Before the police got me? But the police got me when I was in the... What? Alright.
Okay then. Giving him the phone without arousing suspicion will be easier said than done.
Yeah.
We'll be counting on you to pull this one off.
What's wrong? Might you have an idea as to who sold you out?
I want to make a deal with you.
Yes, very well. Go on. If you know something, you must tell me. I won't allow things to end like this.
The phone.
You mean this? I've been told the lock on it is quite complicated, but it's only a matter of time until it's cracked. What's so important about this smartphone? Are you going to unlock it and show me the data?
Let's let her sleep. She hasn't slept for days while she's been getting that app ready. Now we gotta figure out a way to show him the phone.
Him?
Makoto and the others should have told you. I'm talking about the true culprit here. You know, the traitor.
Hey! What are you trying to get at here? And what about this smartphone?
Show it to the traitor.
The traitor?
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that?
Yeah, it's a flashback that we never dealt with. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Oh, they're trying to kill you. And you have a voice recording of him saying that.
Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that realm, my task will be simple. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his
They're gonna
own
Epstein
life.
me.
Please. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to?
Yes. I already told you.
What do you... My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
Just show it.
That's it? What are you plotting? I can't even begin to fathom it.
Yeah, Kechi's trying to kill us.
It appears my time is up. This is as far as our conversation can go. This will be my last involvement with this case. Very well. I've listened to your whole story, so I may as well play along to the end. And that honest look in your eyes. I used to view the world the same way too once. I'll place my bet on you. I just need to show him the phone, right?
I feel as if Sei finally understands me.
I am thou.
We already had a bond with the prosecutor. What do you mean, thou art I? Is this... I'm bonding with the phone now? Thou art my phone, the phone art me. Together we are smart. And a phone, we are a smartphone. True justice. Cooperate as comrades who fight for justice and seek the truth. I think we just went from like rank 7 to rank 10.
Alright.
True justice. You can now fuse Satan, the most powerful judgment persona.
I'll be going now.
Yeah, never seen that before. Speaking of jump, where's Best Girl?
What good will this do, though?
Well, yeah, that's why it's the prosecutor.
A Ketchikan? Why are you here?
Why do you seem so surprised?
I needed my director to step in to get access, and I was directly responsible for this case. How did you get approval?
For the same reason you did. I am heading up the investigation team after all.
Oh! Oh! Whoa! Imagine being a high-powered prosecutor and they give it to a high school kid! Oh! The disrespect! She just got dunked so hard by her department. Oh my goodness. Oh, my laptop fan's going. Holy cow, that's amazing. Anyway, so mad.
It's only natural I'd have the right to interrogate our culprit as well, don't you think?
They assigned you command?
That was a
Oh.
joke, of course. I'm merely here to assist with the public security.
Oh, okay.
investigation.
Meh. Stupid.
I am surprised it's this far underground, though. There aren't any others incarcerated here, yes?
No, we haven't had a rank jump like that, I don't believe.
Nobody would ever know if things got a little violent.
If I remember correctly, didn't you say there was another culprit besides the Phantom Thieves?
That was but a lie I spread to set them up. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had deceived you too, Sai-san. After all, if you wish to trick your enemies, you must first trick your allies.
That is not true. That is not even remotely true. He's revealing himself as evil, even though he was clearly evil. Now he's just even more clearly evil.
So it was you. You're the one who sold out the Phantom Thieves.
I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to? My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
Show it to him.
Is there a problem?
Akechi-kun, does this phone look familiar to you?
Hmm? Excuse me? What is this phone?
It belonged to the leader of the Phantom Thieves. I believe you'll need it for your investigation.
Not personally. I was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves myself, remember?
True. This is undoubtedly a great accomplishment. Good luck in there.
I saw like the Otherworld metaverse just flare up for a second.
Foolish woman. May I ask that you accompany me?
Yeah, his sprite went
Going
crazy.
in unarmed to interrogate a murderer makes me uncomfortable.
Huh? What are you?
I owe you for all of this. Thanks.
This is justice, huh?
That's right. You and your little friends were vital to our plan, and now it will be completed. Your popularity truly was quite stunning. That just made using you all the more worthwhile.
Why would the guard have a silenced pistol? That doesn't make any sense.
Have you finally pieced it all together? Case closed. This is how your justice ends.
Is that blood from the mask? Oh. So I guess we're dead.
Shido-san, my job is complete.
I know!
I've told you not to call me by name. Regardless, all that's left is to deal with the remnants.
The continued deaths of these teenagers would be a bit much, don't you think? I considered making it appear they had a falling out, but that would only amplify public frenzy. It would be best to have each of them meet with an unfortunate accident once the storm blows over.
Is there any possibility they'll want to avenge their leader?
No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. I will keep my eye on them just in case, though. No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. They have no backbone without his guidance.
I'll be counting on you.
They will live their lives cowering in fear of death. An apt punishment for obstructing our work.
Make sure to kill that strange cat once you find it as well.
Understood. Though I doubt there's anything to worry about. It's merely a cat, after all.
More importantly, they should be dealing with this suicide right about now. Things will become quite busy once the word gets out. I'll need to prepare my comments on the matter.
I must be prepared to deal with it on my end as well. Beyond that, what of the director of the Special Investigations Unit?
Perhaps he'll be struck by a mysterious illness sometime soon.
No, it can't be.
And my controller's dead. Alright, well. Yep, I know. Of course. I didn't play for so long, I never plugged it in. Yippee!
Even me. God damn it.
Wow, that sprite is terrifying. Hey, why is he bleeding black?
Shit.
What was all that about, showing him this phone? The Phantom Thief Alibaba? Who is this?
I am Alibaba, a member of the Phantom Thieves. I inquire as to your justice, Sai Nijima.
How do they know I have this?
Goro Akechi is evil. He didn't come to interrogate the captured Phantom Thief. He came to kill him.
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Yes, the guard will be one of ours.
Yeah, he wasn't on it.
We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence.
I don't know why they
though.
killed him.
Don't trust the guard either. He's an accomplice as well. Now then, I'll tell you detailed steps.
Am I gonna play as Sai Nijima from now on?
You must save him.
Blake Black.
You want me to save him?
Isn't it a little later now? What do you mean? Yeah, a little late.
What is it?
Nothing. Anyway, what brings you here? I thought you were done with your business.
Did anyone else stop by? Nobody?
There'd be no reason for anyone else to come down here.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So it's all true.
Of course it's true. Is something the matter?
It's Akechi-kun. He had to take a sudden call, so he won't be able to make it down today.
Huh?
I've been asked to handle things instead.
You? But...
You know, if you stay here, they'll likely get rid of you to eliminate any evidence. I suggest you go into hiding at once if you value your life.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't say a word of what transpired here. Trust nobody. Forget this ever happened.
And now
I'm confused.
To our continued report. This morning, the police have announced that they have detained a suspect who may in fact be the leader of the Phantom Thieves group. The suspect is reported to be a young
Anshon,
man who is...
can I get you to look over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he got caught. That group sure was something.
Yeah.
So the next shoot got me thinking. How about we have you do an idle thing, you know? That cool?
What a surprise to think that the one behind this is just a minor. Considering how quickly they announced his arrest, the police must surely be confident in the outcome of this case.
Well, I'll be. Goodness, look at you now. It's been a while, Ryuji.
Huh?
You stopped visiting so abruptly, everyone was worried about you. It's your second year, right? Are you still doing track and field? I'd love to see you run again.
Also, the young man continues to remain silent, refusing to implicate any potential accomplices. However, considering the number of charges brought against him...
I wonder if something happened.
Yeah.
You seemed stumped for once. Not feeling it today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not chiding you. Just do as normal at your own pace. With your skills, there's no need to worry about your future.
Normal. Right.
He's just a high school student. How do you think he was contacting the others?
The police here can search any online communications. His accomplices may slip up eventually.
Still, it seems the Phantom Thieves' most recent targets have gone comatose. Actual harm has been done here.
Given the lack of physical violence, their method is still a mystery. Regardless, the police are looking into attempted murder charges.
You never turned it in? That's quite the surprise. I thought I lost it this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Well, your grades are excellent. And you're student council president. I'm sure you'll be admitted anywhere you apply. That one Phantom Thief should have followed your example. You hear? It seems he was caught. Some high schooler. I wonder why you turned to a life of crime. We also received information that the young man was placed on probation for assault.
Because of his previous record, he had to leave his hometown. Perhaps his motive lies there.
I believe your father can rest in peace now. That Phantom Thief could never have changed anything. Only a handful of people are qualified to alter the world.
Yeah, I guess we're dead.
So you've been coming home late. That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
We have breaking news. The young man being held in custody has committed suicide. The police have confirmed his death, although details have not been released. To repeat, the suspect has committed suicide while in
Custody. This station will continue to report any further updates as they arrive.
It may be difficult to uncover his methods now. Perhaps that's why he decided to take this.
I don't know.
It can't be.
Shitting me. We got him.
We replaced the guard with ours with fake bullets and a blood squib?
It would seem as though you have been killed.
Or since I'm a main character, I have another extra life?
But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember?
It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan. How might you be capable of executing such a feat? Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
First time I sensed something was off. That's right. It was during the school festival.
Hey, they're going. You realized it too, then.
Is Igor gonna turn back time?
It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
That's right. They were talking and eating, and it sounded like he responded to Morgana. He's up to something.
Probably. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station.
Yep.
There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice.
Yeah, we caught that, yeah.
This whole deal feels sketchy.
He's sus.
Yeah. It's impossible not to think that of him. Okay. Let's get everyone on the same page right away. There's something else we want you to look into. One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough.
You can do it, Futaba.
I agree. I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone. So it's impossible even for you. I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan. That's perfect.
Keeping it secret?
Don't worry, I'll tell you the details later.
In a flashback in the future. Futaba's going to do something? I wonder if it'll be okay.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait.
You put a red paintball.
I see. So we're going to use this
gun.
place.
It'll be a gamble. I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
It seems you finally remember. This game is not over yet. There are still things that must be done.
Something like that. My memories are starting to become clearer. That's right. This is what really happened to me at that moment. Ooh. Would I like to save? Yes, and I'm going to save on a different slot. Because that was a lot of stuff. I'm exhausted. It feels like my consciousness is about to fade away. Hey, are you alright?
Don't
fall asleep till we reach our destination. I guess she's saying it. It's just kind of... Could this be the effect of the drug? Wearing off? The memories I thought were gone are starting to come back.
Are you listening?
What were we talking about?
You weren't paying attention? Well, I guess I can see how you'd be lost in thought right now. Anyway, we need to talk about how to get out of this situation.
Futaba's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive.
It's on a completely different level than just that.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns. His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him. If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces.
To think he would be this far gone. I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine. Furthermore, he wishes to bring a police squad from reality into the palace.
If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment.
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us.
He made us go after Okumura. Then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him.
And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time!
The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac. Come on, we gotta take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that recording we got enough proof to do it?
No. Akechi is merely a tool. His orders come from elsewhere. The grand mastermind behind this all. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging the murder of a suspect inside of a police station.
I mean, you could always rewatch it, or I could take a break. If you really need me to, that's fine.
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi.
But what means do we have of learning his identity?
We'll have to make Akechi say it. Though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us.
I think that will be the case eventually, regardless of whether or not we learn his identity. The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he realizes that's no longer possible and abandons that plan, he may opt to kill us immediately.
Damn it! So we don't got a choice but to go with that bastard's suggestion.
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested, and then Akechi will kill him.
Palace. The palace. Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding...
Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
What's this all of a sudden?
Oh no.
There's a way. A way to get past Akechi and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity.
Really?
You gotta be kidding me!
If he wants to kill the guy, why not let him? That is, inside of a palace.
Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the real one.
Because they wanted to make it suspenseful! Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's it!
Because we were on
It
drugs.
seems that's our only
And we
option.
time skipped it.
Listen close, everyone. I have a plan for how we can carry this operation out.
Nope.
Ever since the death of their teenage leader, the Phantom Thieves have fallen silent. However, the police intend on continuing this investigation until the case is fully solved.
He'd have to go into the main character's palace and then kill the palace ruler to make the main character die. Not just a cognitive version of Joker. That's happened before with Kechi. No, I remember like there's Mishima in like the first palace, but it wasn't really Mishima. It was just fake Mishima. It's just like the fiance guy was in Okumura's thing, but it wasn't really the fiance. And if we killed that guy, which I think we did, the fiance wasn't hurt in real life. So just remember. But how are they cognitive versions? Do they actually jump in the palaces? Because apparently there's a cognitive version of Joker in Sainijima's palace. So they put that one in the interrogation room, I guess. And he just killed a cognitive guy, but not the actual Joker. I think, is what happened. But they'll probably explain it more.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell them to come on down. I'm gonna fetch him.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything.
Don't the cognitive versions have yellow eyes, though? No, the palace rulers do, but the cognitive versions don't.
Futaba-chan, I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
So, like, if you killed the palace ruler, the one with the yellow eyes, that does kill the real person. But that's only if you're in there, that person's palace. Yep, you're welcome.
It's ancient history now.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
Who could it be? It's Joker. I do see.
Hey, you big bastard.
How have you been?
I mean, I died.
You must be fine if you're joking around
Well,
like
I am
that.
Joker.
It truly is a relief to see your face.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe. It was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell Boss what really happened?
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit? I see. So you guys were going up against someone else.
It was Goro Akechi. You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
He was too sus.
Akechi himself gave us the chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something like that, would you?
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
He made a bold move in telling me the truth.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff. Wait, so what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
He slipped up in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
Yes, Morgana can talk.
Sorry. Was that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
But you don't understand him, do you? That's how it was for all of us at first, too.
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person. Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, you start to understand him in reality. It's a change in cognition, most likely.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here!
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
Yep, I remember catching that. I Akechi'd him.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake. That meant Akechi'd already been in the metaverse by then.
Wait, game, no! You made a fatal error, game, no! Ah! You just said that once you hear Mona talk in the metaverse, that's how you understand Morgana in the real world. But then you said, oh, well, he's been in the metaverse before, so he can understand Morgana. So you just... What? You just give two different explanations for how you can understand Morgana. That work separately from one another. Unless they explain that he heard Morgana talking in the metaverse specifically earlier, then their first explanation of, oh yeah, you have to hear Morgana talk in the metaverse doesn't make sense.
And since he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
You have to be in the metaverse to understand him. No, but they just told us. They said you have to hear Mona talk in the metaverse, and then it rewires your cognition when you realize that Mona can talk, and then you can understand Morgana out here in the real world. And then they said, well, he's been to the metaverse, so that's why you can understand Morgana. But he would have had to have gone to the metaverse and heard Morgana talk first for him to understand it. According to the explanation they just told us. So now they need to show us that maybe he heard him though, and it wasn't mentioned. Yeah, well now they have to tell us that he was there sometime and heard this. Otherwise the explanation makes no sense whatsoever. Game.
It seemed odd upon further thought. His reaction to my pancake comment was an honest one after all.
He got lucky.
That said, we weren't so naive to overlook something like that. That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone. I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but I was actually planting my app. My heart was pounding while I was doing it, though.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined a program being installed so quickly. Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
I kind of recall her being like, whoa, what kind of phone is that? Can I see it? Or something like that.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that. Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
Is this for real?
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they plan to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his...
Yeah, she probably should have told us. Yeah, I know, security cameras, right?
When he dies, because you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
I knew he was acting strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes.
On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station.
It's very strange because it's like we were playing the metaverse version of ourselves the whole game or something. Like, they don't really explain that part too well, I'd say. But Akechi already killed her metaverse version. Yeah, she just got the real version out, I guess. Well, the real version wasn't even there anymore.
That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
We baited Akechi into Sis's palace, making him dispose of our leader's fake, but think he killed him.
Can you elaborate on that in more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive world?
We're sorry for using you without your permission. Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
What conditions?
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse. What does that even mean? They're not in the metaverse unless they say the words and use the app and teleport in there. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the cognitive people? Because the cognitive people are, like, made by the cognitive people are made by, like, the palace person themselves. Like, when we fought against the guy, the money-grubbing mafia man or whatever, he saw the people as ATMs, and you'd see broken down ATMs all along the streets and stuff. Those weren't just real people in the real world with an ATM skin over them. I don't understand what this means. What does it mean? Help me.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
But you had to say the magic words and do a little dance and... Not till we got to school.
You totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any distortions around.
Talking about? The safe rooms have distortions, and there's demons everywhere. What do you mean? You couldn't tell that the school was a giant medieval palace when it wasn't supposed to be? What are you talking about?
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but...
Me either, Morgana. I don't understand it. It's a great idea.
Yeah. It's good we have her heading up our operations.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi.
As do we all. None of us want him here.
But I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis. The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all.
Wait, so did her heart get changed? Because I remember beating her boss. I just don't remember what happened after that.
I'm sorry I couldn't see that.
Because earlier she said we failed to do the change of heart on her, so I'm a little confused.
That goes for the both of us. We heard from Mako-chan that you were...
Oops.
And regarding its location,
We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
I take it you used the data from my laptop?
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse.
Oh. High school uniform Joker is going in instead of the masked Joker.
First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room.
Okay.
Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Okay.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
When?
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work. They looked no different from actual living people.
So they're not ATM people.
After
Got
that,
it.
we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush. As a result, even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse. Except that was all an act. We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand, and merely acted like we were taking the treasure. This was because we knew the police would be coming for us.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned it.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this.
Yeah, and we'd been playing as a shadow with no knowledge of this, apparently.
But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
All I needed were the coordinates.
Seems like she used the laptop to remotely access the metaverse. Huh. Asking her about it now would drag the conversation on too long. I should talk to her later. Yeah, because that's not possible. The person has to, like, say it, right?
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been victorious. It must have been truly hilarious for our leader who sat idly in the real world's interrogation room. Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
Indeed I was.
So that's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
Wait. She took the phone to show it to Akechi? Did she say the words that would bring him into the palace? And so then he accidentally went into the palace and there was just the cognitive version sitting in there? So the actual interrogation was real. Oh, he did! Remember when we saw? Remember we saw the little distortion thing? She said the right words to send him into the palace. And she had the phone. She had his phone. That's what happened the whole time. Holy cow. It's like an hour and a half long explanation. No, it's an hour. I've been streaming for an hour. An hour long explanation, and I finally understand what they're saying. I don't remember what she said. What? It must have been to enter her palace, but I don't remember what. Was it like gamble? So she was like, "Can't believe they had a gamble to send you down to Sai Nijima's place, something, something," and then he was like, "Meow," and transported in. Dang, that's a sweet twist. Remember how I was trying so hard to understand That's why they had to make it look the same. Yeah, the palace just happened to look the same in the real world as it did in the fake world. So they were able to go in there and look at it and everything. I was trying so hard for so long. I was like, so wait, Nijima doesn't have yellow eyes when we talk to her, so she's not the palace ruler who's captured us. So were those real police that came in, or like what? Or were those just the cognitive world police? Like, I remember being so confused. Eventually we're like, okay, yeah, so the police do come in and get us, but how does the rest of it make sense? Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Okay. Goodness sakes. What a sweet switcheroo. Yeah, it's the same position as me. We're both just like... That's what that was! Oh, he went into the metaverse. He got meta-trolled. I'm gonna get some water, because I like drinking water, so... Yeah, we finally got it. Exactly. Holy cow. I understand everything now. All makes sense. Meta-dunked. That was good, yeah. Shame I couldn't have the opportunity to see it for myself. I couldn't see it either. I'm just glad I didn't die.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse. Albeit for
so then you would understand Morgana, according to the second explanation, that you can just understand Morgana, but you can't. So that means you do have to hear Morgana in the metaverse to understand what he's saying. So they just confirmed it again. They just confirmed it again. Ah! So he couldn't have understood Morgana. So why?
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own palace for so short a time.
No, that's not true. Could be tons of danger. What are you talking about, Yusuke? Yusuke or Akechi must have heard him before. When? When did this occur?
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Huh. Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea that such a grand operation was taking place.
Yeah, I think it might have been implied, yeah.
I'm so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we were pretty worried about that part.
True.
Why is that?
Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent breakout would have never been possible. That persuasion was easily our greatest gamble. We couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the make or break moment of the entire plan.
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a short time. Were you confident you could do it?
Don't remember. Drugs. So you're telling me that Mr. J. Hoker here, that's his full name, Joker? Anyway, convinced a high-powered prosecutor that he was innocent of all these, like, crazy crimes while on drugs. Wow, she sucks at her job. Don't remember drugs.
Understandable. Either way, I can't believe you went for such a risky idea.
If we could just tell you the true culprit's plan, I knew you'd realize the bigger picture. Realize that our leader was telling the truth, and that there was a greater evil to pursue.
As a result, we emerged victorious.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Sure.
Yes. Plus, you had lost control of yourself at the time.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
LOL.
I've kind of figured out that you guys made Akechi kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
The bad guys have that much influence?
Murder in a police station would be reckless otherwise. We also knew of a possible conspirator.
Thanks to Futaba-chan's messages and the guard's demeanor, I eventually came to understand. And since the higher-ups at the police knew nothing of this, they were thrown into disarray. As a result, his suicide during imprisonment was reported on the news, just as Akechi planned.
And with that confusion, he was able to escape with Nijima-san's help.
I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe what they did to him. The callous use of violence, and even drugs, is utterly abnormal. If he had lost consciousness and hadn't been able to tell Sis about the phone, he would have died. I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
Okay. I don't remember much.
Don't. You shouldn't have to remember such things.
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news, though.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion. Even with that, I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that her plan worked out.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down. I finally feel relieved.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash. Very well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you. You saved me, after all.
That's reassuring to hear.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know. Let's take a break for now, though. This old brain is pooped. Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together to talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Are you sure?
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
Good guy, Sojiro.
Let us accept his offer. What a great man.
Blake Black.
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
Come back from the dead, Joker, and then run against him in the election.
The snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard back at him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the
What?
murder. He said Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I've heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses. We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes. Mom.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in this. Just based on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido.
Wow. So Shido killed Futaba's mom and sent me here?
From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was
That's crazy.
involved. But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
He's gonna bring back Imperial Japan.
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
All of Japan.
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
He's in that tower. We saw him in the tower after we took out Kamoshida.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
Except I didn't recognize him even though I saw him. The Diet Fancy Restaurant.
I suppose that would be a good location for them to plot. How about the Diet Building?
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet Building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
What about Akechi?
No need to waste time with him. We just gotta hit the head.
That means go pee.
Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together.
Time for revenge.
Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that Diet Building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 7th.
So they give us a full month, pretty much.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet Building after school.
I thought it meant Master
What are you
Baker.
gonna do about school?
Sure.
You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
No, people say I gotta go hit the
Tommy
head,
said he
they
went
mean they
back
have
home
to go
for
pee.
family reasons.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such
So we're
an
gonna kill him?
abominable criminal. We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Like, let's kill him.
Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman conniving.
Despite running around being like, "Are you being abused?" Yeah, they're pretty smart.
We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you were in the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic, and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart would trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown. And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology. I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side. And
astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals. Which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your
Wait,
efforts,
Akechi Shido's
my
son?
image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations. But flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as
He thinks he's the chosen one?
Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world.
So is his palace
Surely
gonna be
my
like
story will be
heaven?
passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control.
It's gonna be like all these clouds, and he's gonna run around with like the white like god outfit, and he's gonna carry like a little lightning bolt, and he's gonna be like, "Who dares? Who dares?"
I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't and come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Exactly. It's gonna be Mount Olympus, and it's just gonna be like from Kingdom Hearts or whatever.
Well, how do I put this?
Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest. I know. Chief's right. Let's take it easy for today. Get out of my room, everybody.
Hey.
Starting today, you cannot leave your room. You can give this thing some plant nutrients, but you're maxed out too. There's not much point to getting more points. Anyway, what do you have to say for yourself, Sojiro? Oh, by the way, the police report on your death isn't going to show up at your school. No need to worry. Seems Prosecutor Nijima worked out some kind of deal with the higher-ups or something. I mean, they haven't even said anything to me. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine. And I guess they reported your death now, so they're basically saying you were a Phantom Thief, if they did. They can't really go announcing the Phantom Thieves are, so I'm sure they'll avoid that. Doesn't seem like it. But first crossword, I want you to be my daddy, huh? Maybe that's his wish. You can't go beyond max on the star. I can't attend school. I'm stuck up here because everybody thinks I'm dead. At any rate, I'm glad you're back safe and sound, but that's putting it too lightly. You had it rough in there, didn't you? Only a little. Akechi was after you all along. I knew it was risky, but we had no choice but to depend on him. But thanks to your tenacity, you were able to fool him. It's payback time. Let's make him regret underestimating the Phantom Thieves. Futaba.
Remember how I hijacked your phone during the school trip?
Why is this
That kinda
voice
came in
acted?
handy.
That's out.
Well, remember how I put that wiretap app in Akechi's phone? Basically, that let me see GPS info for two phones, yours and his. I'd be able to tell the precise moment Sai Nijima, who had your phone, ran into Akechi. That's when I saw my chance, and beep, sent the signal to activate the Metaverse Navigator. But there was a chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word. That's why we needed you to tell Sai Nijima to show the phone to Akechi. This plan still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it. Still, I couldn't just directly hack into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all. But you know how it has that bookmark function? All you have to do is push the button. Making the phone think he was pushing that button was totally doable. Pretty
Sure.
good, huh?
If you say so, Futaba.
I'll just add this.
If you say so. I'm so tired.
I'm gonna head back.
Yeah, I guess he can't go to school because, like, you know, they're supposed to think he's dead. But not the students, but the people in, like, the FBI are supposed to think he's dead. So I guess if he just shows up to school the next day, it could be bad.
Guess he won't be going to school for a while. Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end. Well then, we should get to sleep. You know, something that Futaba said before. When you were in a pinch in the palace, she picked up a reading of someone who came to your rescue. Was that...
It was Kasumi!
So it was Yoshizawa. Then we'd better let her know you're safe now. And I'll even lend you a hand with that.
Oh, Katie, it's gonna be like faking my own suicide. 'Cause I know you love me, you just haven't realized. she's gonna have rank 10 feelings for me when she realizes that I spring right back to life. And even though I'm gonna hand with that. 3% support. Like, what a sore loser. Akechi is bae. Kid had it coming, lol. He went down easy. Apparently Akechi arrested the leader of the Phantom Thieves. He's a hero. I'm so glad Akechi's back. I hope they can catch the rest of the Phantom Thieves too. He's really amazing. Gross.
There's no point in even having an election. Shido's gonna win.
Of course, he's the only reliable politician there is. Plus, the current government has been getting wrapped up in scandal after scandal. Even more importantly, there's just an aura about him. Like he can fix whatever problems we have.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me who does it. I just want to see our society back on track. Especially after it turned out those Phantom Thieves were nothing more than scum in the end.
I'll show you.
Thought they were gonna reveal there he was the son, by the way. I was wrong. Literally all middle-aged men in suits. I guess that explains why Akechi's there, huh? I heard he went home, so I announced during homeroom. That's a lie, right? It is. I just knew. Playing something with Sakamoto-kun and the others, huh? Try not to trouble the school or the parents, okay? Also make sure you're keeping up with your studies. I'll handle your housework as long as you request me. Is it true that the leader of the Phantom Thieves died and also that mysterious and smart exchange student is mysteriously missing the same day that the guy was said to have committed suicide? How could the police let him do that in jail? They need to get it together.
Cut that out!
Quiet down, you're in class. Break's been over for quite some time now. I swear you're like monkeys in a zoo. Oh yeah. I received word that from Blake's family that he'd be absent for a bit. Because that's something that's all your business. Jeez, who do you people think... What do you people think school is anyway? Hey, I had the highest grade in the class, dude. Shut up. It's almost time. Get it together, police designers. Hey, it can't be true, can it? Please tell me you're okay. I'm all good. Oh, thank God you're safe. That suicide report was all over the news and Miss Kawakami said that you went back to your hometown. I was honestly worried about contacting you. Even Sakamoto was dodging questions and I tried to ask him, but don't worry, I won't tell anyone. By the way, the fan site's a real mess right now, but I'll keep supporting you from the shadows. Good luck. Hey, you don't need to worry about it in here, but try not to do anything to draw attention. Anyway, today's a day off, so eat your curry and take it easy. You can take your time with it too. It's not like any customers are going to be showing up. Where's the pompous critic guy?
Okay.
Let's try and think of a keyword once the Chief's curry has energized you. Me too. Except not right now. Maybe later. Have you guys figured out the keyword to Shido's Palace yet? I've tried all sorts of stuff, but no luck so far. It is hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. You know, I've been wondering if he's behind all those mental shutdowns. Doesn't that mean all the weird accidents for the past few years are his fault? Like the subway accident back in April where they put too much lettuce on my sandwich? Now consider that, now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. That was way too much lettuce for any one subway sandwich. Wait, are you trying to say Shido caused that accident? But it's the subway. Does he not care about the innocent lives? That man seems to be truly unbelievable. Supposedly there are still tons of victims from that in the hospital, even now. Thank you. Masayoshi Shido. How many has he killed over the years? We could get... How could we ever understand what goes on in the mind of such a horrible man? Hey, wouldn't it be faster if we just go there and try to think about it on site? Let's try that. If we're going to go, I'd like Black-kun to join, but... Will that be okay? Won't somebody spot him there? We'll probably figure out the keyword in no time once we're there. Plus, I could throw off anyone who tails us with my blazing speed. Alright, let's have Black-kun join us then. Remember though, we're going to with the intent. Whoa, I didn't even know you could do that. Wee! Remember though, we're going with the intent of not being seen. Okay. Let's meet at the front of the Diet Building and force that palace open.
Alright, let's head to the Diet Building. Make sure you aren't discovered, okay?
Oh, right now. Put too much mayo on a sandwich. You're going out.
You're going
That's
out.
the plan.
You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Ugh. The stunts you pull sometimes. Just don't stay out too late.
Yeah, pretty
Guess
much.
she isn't here.
You just put his head up there. That's probably good. Didn't change out like to contacts or anything. Didn't change his hair color or get a haircut. You're fine.
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayoshi Shido and Diet Building. All we need is what he thinks of this place.
You've grown to like who? Oh, Sojiro probably.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
What about a mansion?
Since he's going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
What about an arena, like the Colosseum?
Imperial Palace? It's no good.
Kingdom? Sojiro? What?
I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Or maybe it had some special move written in it.
Is that even possible?
Who knows? I've got no idea. There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't figure him out.
I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
That man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him. Excuse me. I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance is dedication for country. It's how he's garnered everyone's trust. He's an admirable man of action, with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician. I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
An exemplary answer. It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
Wait, is it about us?
That doesn't look good.
We should leave at once. Tomorrow's the day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. We should all think about this tonight.
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more. However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility? Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
The election's public notification is tomorrow. No matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
I tried looking Shido's interviews up online. They all sound so fake. I checked his profiles as well, but I couldn't find any more information of his title in other than his title in education. He's currently 53 years old and has gone from being a Metropolitan Assemblyman to a representative. I thought I was going to say metrosexual to representative or something. Though he is a cabinet minister, he's split from the ruling party to form the United Future Party. Shido's a cabinet member? For real? He was specifically appointed to the position. That's his current title. Apparently, he also won a contest for people who would most like to have as their boss. Even the news sites write about him as though he's assured to become the Prime Minister. If only we could find out the meaning behind Shido's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
What's with all the love for Shido? I get nobody knows the truth about him, but it still creeps me out. Okay, it's save and go to bedtime. I've been like trying so hard not to doze off that I've been like rocking myself and trying to stand up and stuff. Whoa, we have a sweet poster now.
Let's do it.
Oh, and I think we got a trophy. Oh, we got more stuff than I realized. Yes.
Hey, hey!
Oh yeah, I already had that one. Oh, it has been fun. I love you too. And it was kind of cool to see all the story play out because there was so much stuff that...
Oh yeah.
So much story stuff that we hadn't seen. And it was good story stuff too. There, we decorated the room a little bit more.
Let's do it.
Oh, they let me go downstairs. And there's no crossword. Because they hate us.
Hey!
Because they hate us. Alright. I'm gonna go to bed. Too tired to function. It's been fun. I enjoyed this. Hopefully I can find more time to do this weekend. Alright. That's all for me for now. Thanks for watching. Sweet dreams. See you tomorrow. I love you. Bye bye.